Alright, just took this thing out of the box. Has a little protector on it. This thing is nuts. Actually haven't seen a protector that's on the clasp before like this. Usually just slides off, but this is a little bit. Let's see how this comes off. Okay. There we go. Clasp is in great shape. Just a little tiny mark here on the gold at the top that can be shaved off very easily. This thing is absolutely nuts. I don't know what to think about it. I think it could be wearable for someone like myself, but it's definitely not my normal style. I don't think it's most people's style. I just unwound the crown, and I will say it's very smooth. I actually don't feel it winding at all like I do a regular Unico. It feels a little bit different, but it is very smooth, so that's good. So we're winding that. Obviously we have the chrono already going. It was probably running while in shipment. That's why you have this subdial over here that is at, this would be what, the 16, 17 minute mark. So we're just going to make sure that number one, that stops and then goes back to 0, no problem. And now we're going to start it again and make sure that the flyback works. So we're just going to press this bottom button and it should go back to 12 and immediately start again. Cool, so that works. And we have obviously the seconds subdial is over here, and now we're just going to inspect everything else. So what I'm looking for is, because these are diamonds and gemstones, you obviously can't have them being scratched because they're harder than anything else. But you could have scratches here. You could, for example, have damage on this resin guard, but it is very clean. This is a clean piece. This is only 2 years old. This was a 2023 piece. So you can tell it's, you know, practically new, not much damage at all to it. I mean, I wouldn't even call it damage. There's a little line here on the top of the clasp, and that is really it. So really cool piece. I believe this is, yeah, this is just some kind of dirt that's on the back of this, so I can clean that up pretty quickly. But case back is really cool. It's got the regular Unico movement, so nothing super special there. But this watch has, I believe, a $98,000 MSRP. So it's really cool piece, and I mean, just look at these stones. Really crazy sapphires. I mean, I like it. I can see why people buy it. It's a little out there. I don't know if I would want it in my personal collection, but if you're gonna go rainbow, I prefer this over something like an AP or a Rolex that is just all gold and has the rainbow ring and that's it. It's better to just really go all out, like, which is what Hublot does. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna make sure the date function works. So I also want to, let me wind this a little bit more for the Timegrapher. So we're gonna wind it. Okay, so we're good there. And now let's make sure the date function is working. So we're gonna make sure this goes to 26. Okay, so that's probably noon. Let's see. All right, so perfect. So we got the 26 now. And now we're going to make sure that the quick set date works as well. So we're going to bring this to 630. Push it in there. And then 27, 28, 29, 30. And go all the way through it just to make sure. Cool. We're good on that. Now, let's take a final look at the sides before we put it on the Timegrapher. Oh, you know what? Something I completely missed. There is... Wow, I can't believe I missed that. There's a sticker or there's a guard here on the bottom too. So I did not take that off. I didn't even see it. This is not typical for an Hublot to have this, so let's go ahead and take that off. Wow, very cool. I thought that my finger was catching something a little bit when I was winding it, and now it makes sense. And now this case back is even crazier. Really cool to see. I'm not sure what they did, but this the whole movement is a lot darker, so I'm not sure what the difference is there. I will say I'm not super knowledgeable on what the changes were made in 2023, but this is a slightly different material. Still a really cool piece. Can definitely tell that everything's good with the rotor spinning nicely, so that's good. So we look at the sides. All of this is clean. Some dust here and there, but this is a really cool piece. So let's go ahead, and we're now going to put this on the Timegrapher here. Let's see. Cool. So we're just going to make sure everything is running normally. For 2023, I don't expect there to be any problems at all. Okay, so it clearly was an error here when it read 36 seconds a day. It's now at 3, which is exactly where it should be. I mean, 3 is actually even better than it should be for an Hublot Unico. But yeah, super normal watch. Everything is good to go on this thing. Really happy with the with how it looks. I mean, you cannot ask for better condition on this thing. Look at it. If you're going to get a rainbow, I'm not sure if you should, but if you are going to get a rainbow, I think Hublot has the best one. This is really cool in person. I would say this video doesn't really do it justice because these sapphires really reflect the light well, and on the rose gold you can't beat that. So very cool piece. So I'm gonna go ahead and pack this up now, and it's already sold, so we'll get it moving and we'll get on to the next deal.